YouTube? This is Average Joe's Fantasy Football, and it's your man Steve here to help you out with your newest mock draft video that we've got going for you. So right now we're going to be doing the 7th position in our 10-man league. Again, this is a PPR league, so make sure you guys are checking this out. If you are new to the channel and you'd like to obviously get more videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell to help you guys out with any time there's new videos are popping up for you guys. Also, if you have questions for us, you can obviously hit us down below in the comments or follow us on our socials. You can check us out on Twitter, Instagram, whatever is easier for you guys. You guys can DM us, whatever you like, so that way we can help answer any questions you've got for this upcoming season. So right now we are in the 7th position. We're almost done with the 10-man league, and I know a few people have asked for the 12-man. So we will be doing a 12-man mock draft videos as well. We'll push those a little bit quicker for you guys because the season's just about here. We want to get that started. Speaking of that, there's actually going to be a game on tonight. The Dallas Cowboys versus the Steelers for the Hall of Fame game. So I'm not expecting much out of Dallas as a fan. I am looking for some of the rookies, some of our backups to kind of see what's going on because a lot of our starters, let's be real, are not playing. First games usually most players who are, the big stars or have already kind of gotten that depth chart aren't playing tonight. So, but I will be obviously watching all the games this weekend to kind of look at some players that might have even fallen into our sleeper aspects as far as rankings and things like that. So I will be doing that as well. Make sure to check our next video as well. We'll be doing a rookie players must draft. I'm actually excited for this. There's some players that I feel are going to be some great players to help you guys out, especially if you're in the dynasty, area, or just some maybe late rounders that you might get some steals out of some of these rookies. So let's jump right into this. Again, we're into the 7th spot. Let's make this real simple for you guys. 10-man league, PPR. We're just going to go into this. I'll explain why I've drafted those particular players in those particular spots. Go over some analysis real quick, and hopefully get you guys some expertise advice. We want to hear everything you guys. If you guys agree, disagree with some of these picks that we have, we're here to help you guys out as well. So let's start this off. So of course, again, you're going to always see running backs going first, which I'm okay with. I always like running backs first, okay? So you see, Barkley's a little high. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. Barkley's a little high. I'm not crazy about that right there. 7th spot's a little unique because here you can either get a stud wide receiver like Tyreek Hill. Obviously you got Nick Chubb, Ezekiel Elliott. You got some good players here. So I'm actually going to go into the Elliott. He has been falling in a lot of rounds, which I understand. A lot of people are nervous with some of the statements that Mike McCarthy said with kind of, I guess you would say, kind of monitoring his usage to be ready for the playoffs. But let's be real. At the end of the day, they're going to get their players going whether they're in the playoffs or not. So I am still comfortable with taking Zeke. I am surprised with Barkley. I think Barkley is a good second round, late first round, but he is a little too high, I think, in the 5th spot. So right now, it kind of swung around. I could obviously go wide receiver. I like DeAndre Hopkins a lot. I'm not crazy about DK Metcalf. That he thinks a little too high. I think he's more of a late second, early third. But I'm actually going to go Aaron Jones. I like Aaron Jones in this spot. 2 good running backs. I'm always going to go after the running back position. 2 good running backs. I'll take Aaron Jones all day, especially with Aaron Rodgers being back. That only helps him out a lot. So, all right, so you see some of these receivers, tight ends, obviously going. These 2 are not a surprise at all. Seeing Joe Mixon falling into the 3rd round is a little bit of a surprise, just because I feel like he's got a lot of talent. They're really talking him up big time. So, all right, so what I've got here, I'm not super crazy about these receivers. I think they're a little too high, especially Michael Thomas. I think Michael Thomas is falling a little bit further down with everything going on with his injuries. Not too crazy about that. I'm actually going to end up going to Antonio Gibson. I'm not usually a 3 running back draft right away. I like to kind of fill in the rest of my roster, but the fact is I'm not too crazy with what you see as far as the receivers go. Keenan Allen could have been one because I do love Keenan Allen a lot. I like going after him, but it wasn't crazy. I like, again, Gibson's a great option. He's a good bye-week filler and a great flex. I'll take him all day. Now you get the receivers. I'll take Allen Robinson. Absolutely. Allen Robinson is a steal. He's actually going to be one of my, I would say, receivers you should be drafting. I think he falls a little bit too low in most drafts that I'm seeing, and I'll take him in the 4th round all day. So we got some good players going through there. Again, you start seeing some of these quarterbacks, Mahomes, Allen, Murray, Jackson. I'm not going to go quarterback here. I'm actually going to look at receiver again because I don't need any running backs, even though I could get some good guys here. I'm actually going to look at wide receivers. Okay, DJ Moore, Robert Woods, CeeDee Lamb, Chase, Thielen. I actually like CeeDee Lamb a lot here. I think CeeDee Lamb will eventually be the star receiver for Dallas. I know that's, I guess, crazy for some, but as much as I like Amari Cooper, I think CeeDee Lamb's got too much talent to not take advantage of that. Just too much talent. So my quarterback was taken who I usually take, and most mock drafts that I've been seeing is Dak Prescott. A lot of these quarterbacks here, Russell Wilson's a good option here. Justin Herbert's a good option. You kind of fill in the rest of your team. If you look at tight ends, again, a lot of these tight ends you can kind of get a little bit later on, so I'm not, again, jumping on these guys. And then you look at receiver. I could fill in with an Allen Thielen, maybe a DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson. A couple of these guys are some good options, but looking at what I'm seeing here and what I've got as far as receivers, I'll fill out my roster, and I'll end up going to Justin Herbert. I know you could also go Russell Wilson, and don't get me wrong, I like Russell Wilson, but I just like the upside of Justin Herbert a little bit more. Even though Russell Wilson has some great weapons, there's something about Herbert and the way he's played. And even last year, you saw it's just too much. There's too much talent there to kind of skip over. Hate to say that to Russell Wilson because I am a big fan of him. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL. Who's not a Dallas Cowboy? Okay, fair enough. Not a Dallas Cowboy. So now I've got to fill in, I guess, backups, tight end, things like that. You start thinking depth. What can I add to fill in some bye weeks? Maybe some flex depending on, obviously the rosters and things like that, possible injuries. I like Brandon Ayuk a lot. I like T. Higgins, and I like DJ Chark. These are the three. I could also look at running back. You got Mike Davis, who's obviously going to be the goal line guy for the Falcons. Melvin Gordon. Chase Edmonds is actually, I think, a great option here. But I might be able to get Chase Edmonds or Raheem Mostert a little bit later because I like Raheem Mostert a lot. I'm actually going to go into getting Brandon Ayuk. I like him opposite, especially with the fact that you're getting, a healthy, hopefully healthy Deebo Samuel. So I like Brandon Ayuk here. So you did see Chase Edmonds. I had a feeling he was going to go, and I'm okay with that. Even though I like him, he's definitely a great sleeper steal you can get later in the draft. I actually am going to end up going Raheem Mostert just because, yes, he's got Trey Sermon to deal with, and I understand that, and there are some injuries, but the upside of Raheem Mostert at this point in time as my fourth running back, I'm okay with taking a little bit of a potential high ceiling and obviously a floor that might be a little bit risky, okay? So I'm okay with taking that. I like Raheem Mostert a lot here. Now you're seeing some of the tight ends go. So this is where I'm all right. Now I'm going to have to start thinking who is a great tight end option that I can go. You got Gronk, Thomas, and Irv Smith. I am so high on Irv Smith right now. I know that's crazy, but Irv Smith's been a great tight end option. Last year, he wasn't the starter quite yet, but he filled in really nicely with Kyle Rudolph out. I liked him a lot. I think he showed a lot of potential. And they're loving him right now in minicamp. He's got some great red zone options. I like him, especially with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins does like the tight end. He's going to probably get some more goal line. Probably more than, I would say, some of these other guys like Logan Thomas, even maybe Mike Gesicki. I like Gesicki, but I'm just not 100% sure on that. So I started looking, okay, running back, receivers. I actually like a Laviska Shenault a lot here. I know that's a little crazy because, I don't necessarily need a wide receiver when you're looking at Allen Robinson, Lamb, Ayuk. Shenault is a great option as far as a weapon that is really going to be a benefit for Trevor Lawrence. You see some of the running backs. Again, all running backs starting to fall in. Some of these late rounders are going to be a lot of running backs. And look, I didn't miss out on a tight end at all. I don't feel bad at all. I didn't miss out on any tight ends. I started looking, okay, I might need to go a little bit more into the tight end option. So I'm actually going to end up going to Gesicki. I had Gesicki last year, and a lot of people kind of sat on him thinking, okay, well, nobody was really sure what was going to happen. Tua, Fitzpatrick, there was a lot of uncertainty. I'm glad I did go tight end because you start seeing some of these tight ends going. But Gesicki is one of the, I think, more high profile as far as tight end options go. When you're looking at what's out there, there's not many. I like Gesicki a lot. He's absolutely a top 8 tight end for fantasy. So I'll take that all day, especially in the 10th round. I'm okay with that. He's going to be a great weapon for me. He's going to be a great option to start every single week. And I'm not worried about as far as matchups go because he will be there. So, again, filling up the rest of it. I've got, obviously, 4 running backs. I've got 4 wide receivers. So we got 2 more of those positions we can fill if we want. We've got 4 more spots to go. So you see both Baltimore receivers here. Obviously, a lot of people are uncertain, how these guys are going to fill out. I actually like Marquise Brown a lot. Marquise Brown looks great in camp right now. I've been watching some of the videos and how he's playing. I've been reading up some of the news. He has been absolutely a stud right now. In mini camp, they're talking him up. I like him a lot there. As far as running backs, part of me thinks, and this is something you guys can think about, okay? You got Zeke at first. I'm going to go and handcuff my starting running back. This is something that I recommend a lot. If you can do this, if you have the extra space, it's a great idea to handcuff your starting running back with the backup. Worst case scenario, if obviously your starting running back goes down, you have the backup already who will now be the next bell cow. Plus, I like Tony Pollard a lot. They're going to absolutely use him more. He's been one of those players that when he filled in last year for Zeke, he did a great job. He averaged way more yards than Zeke. He's very explosive. They want to see him utilized more in the passing game. So I like Tony Pollard a lot there. So I'll take it. I'll take it a lot. I really hope the Dallas Cowboys. I know I'm ranting up, but I really hope the Dallas Cowboys offense coordinator, Mike McCarthy, can figure out how to use these guys properly without hurting the team. Because I think we've got some great talent. I'll go Higbee here. Higbee's a great tight end backup option for the LA Rams. I like him a lot. He's actually a good steal being 13th round for a backup. I'll take that. Now we're looking at defense. The Rams are taking off the board. That's who I like a lot. Washington football team, absolutely. The Bucs, you can go back and forth. I like the Bucs too. The Bucs have one of the best defensive teams right now. But I like Washington football because Washington football is one of those better teams and a little bit of a weaker division. Unfortunately, I hate to say that with, the NFC East, but they are a weaker division. And I'll go back to my boy, Greg Zuerlein, right now, again, just based off that offense and possibly having to score a lot based off the Cowboys defense. I'm hoping they're better, but that defense gives up a lot of points. That means offense has to score a lot. I'll take Greg Zuerlein all day. So that is our 7th position, 10-man PPR mock draft. Hopefully you guys have gotten some advice from this. Hopefully you guys learned some things. Again, if you guys think I should have done some things a little differently, make sure you hit us up in the comments down below. If you like what you saw and you're like, hey, this is some great advice, again, show us some love. I really appreciate it. I always like to read comments, whether they be good or bad. I do like to read comments. I like to kind of, again, grow this community to be something bigger and better. And you guys are that. You guys are there to help us out with that. We want to make sure we're giving and providing everything for you guys. Again, if you are new to the channel and you did like what you saw and we were able to give you guys some good advice, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that way every time we drop a video, you guys are getting notified. So that way you're up to date for the upcoming season. Follow us on our socials, and I'll check you guys next time.